welcome back to my channel and welcome to Sunday Cook with me. Well, this is the last Sunday in July, and so we're going to continue with some of the type of side dishes or picnic type dishes, things you can make to potlucks and picnics and church suppers and so on and so forth. And I'm going to make something that is not really all that unusual, but I don't think, truthfully, I don't remember ever having made it before. I don't know why, but I'm going to make a Jello salad. Not just a Jello salad. I have made those with the fruits and so on and so forth in it, and we used to put them in the Tupperware molds. Remember those molds? I think I might even have one here somewhere. Must be older than me. But this is one of those pretzel Jello salads. And what's good about those is, I don't know how many of you like sweet and salty together, but I do. And that's basically what this is. It has pretzels and then something sweet. And today I'm not going to make, the most common one I see made is a strawberry pretzel salad. And that sounds very good, but I'm making a pineapple pretzel salad. Now, this is an all-day event, okay? It is now early in the morning, about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I plan to have this at dinner time. But if you're going to be going to a cookout or a church function or something like that, you could easily make this the day before. It's probably the best way to do it. Then you wouldn't have to worry about it, and it'll be all ready for you the next day. So let's take it down to the counter, and this will take me all day or 3 minutes, whichever comes first. And I will show you how we're going to start off the pineapple pretzel salad. Be right back. Okay, here are some of the things you're going to need. Pretzels. Okay, and I just have a few in here right now. I don't know if I'm going to need more. I have a whole bag over here to the side. And you can put them in a bag like I have here and use a rolling pin, but I've got this handy dandy mini chopper. I'm going to use that. You'll need some sugar. Actually, you need sugar twice. Once for the pretzel base and then another time with the cream cheese. So we have sugar, we have melted butter, we have cream cheese softened, we have pineapple Jello, and crushed pineapple. Sounds delicious. So let me show you how we get this going. We're going to start with the butter. And this is 1 stick of butter, or half a cup, that is melted. Now I am making half a recipe because there's only the two of us. To that I'm going to add 1/8 of a cup of sugar. Now the recipe that I will put in the description box will be the full recipe, okay? So that we're just going to mix up. And I'm going to need 1.5 cups of crushed pretzels. So I'm going to be using my little mini chopper, so if it makes too much noise, we'll fix it. I have my oven preheated to 350. Okay, let's see what we got here. Whoop! You got to remember to keep your hand on it. Now I'm looking for 1.5 cups, so I'm going to start with this 1 cup measure. And that's not quite enough. We'll get back and put a little more in. And hopefully not spray them all over the counter this time. Oh dear. Well, wouldn't be my cooking if I didn't make a mess. Now I'm using an 8x8 pan. The recipe calls for 9x13. And I did give it a little bit of a spray because I just make sure it doesn't stick when I try to cut it later. And I'm using these are just great value. And these happen to say ultra thin, but the reason I picked them is because they said salty. Well, let's see what we get. Okay, there we have one. And I'd say there we have a half. So that's what we're going to do now is, and it says to make them 1/4 of an inch or something like that. In other words, you don't want to pulverize them into just dust. They're supposed to have a little texture. Now I'm mixing the sugar and butter. I'm going to dump these in here. I'm trying to get them as even as possible and giving them a little bit of a push down so that they kind of stick together good. Okay, that's going to go in the oven at 350 for 10 minutes and I will be back. Just took these out of the oven after 10 minutes. Now they have to cool before we move on to the next. Back in a bit. Okay, let's move on to the next part. I have 4 ounces of cream cheese here, and I have a 1/2 cup of sugar here. And we're going to mix the two of them together, whipping them nice. I'm going to start, and I'm probably going to mute the clip as long as I'm mixing with the electric mixer. So I will be back talking to you in just a minute. Okay, now let's get as much of this off as we can. We don't want to lose any of that goodness. And to that, we're going to add 1/2 a container of whipped topping. And we're going to basically fold it in. Okay. Getting around the edges to make sure we're getting all of that cream cheese mixture incorporated. There. Now, okay, we'll take our pretzel crust and we're going to add this to the top. My, this looks good already. We haven't even got to the Jello part. Okay, now this is going to go in the refrigerator and chill for 1 hour, and then we'll get back with the Jello. Back in a bit. Okay, here we are for the last step. It's actually 2 hours from when I started this. So you can see it doesn't take long at all to mix the ingredients in each step, as you can see by obviously how long the video is, but it takes time in between for waiting. So here's the pan that's been in the refrigerator for an hour. And in this dish, I have 1 package of pineapple Jello, and I have just a half a cup of boiling water. And we're going to just stir this for a bit until the Jello dissolves. And you can see by the fact that there's only a half a cup of water. The original recipe is a cup of water, but because it had 2 packages of Jello, that this is not a Jello salad with some pineapple in it. This is basically pineapple being held together with some Jello. And that's looking pretty good. Now this is a can of crushed pineapple, and I'm putting it all in and I'm not draining it at all. So that's the rest of the liquid for the Jello. I think this is going to be delicious. All right, It's going on top. And now it is going back in the refrigerator for 4 hours or overnight. And it's 10 minutes after 11 in the morning now, so we'll be plenty of time to let it gel, and it'll be good for dinner time tonight. So as soon as it's ready and cold enough to cut, I will be back and show you what it looks like. Back in a while. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm afraid I didn't wait 4 hours, so I may not be able to get this out of the pan. Let's see, what can I use here? 1 second. Okay, I needed to get a smaller spatula here. So this is just my offset. Ooh, wee. Look at the dropsies. Look at that. That looks actually quite edible. Just even this off a little bit. And I'll put my glasses on and see if I can give it a taste. Can you see in here? The layers. I need to put it back in and get it a little bit firmer, but I couldn't wait. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Folks, the combination is delicious. Oh. And it is pretty well gelled. It'll only get better. I'm going to clean up that piece in there. This was just in the box. The pretzels. The pretzels are delicious because they have sugar and butter in them. How can they be bad? I'll tell you what, Bob's out getting the mail. He'll never know that I had a piece early. So anyway, I think I'm going to finish this one today, and we'll have the rest of it. And I'm going to use it for dessert. Now you can use it for dessert, or you can use it for a side salad. But I think I like it for dessert. That cream cheese mixture in the middle with the cream cheese and the Cool Whip. Delightful. Delightful. Give this a try. Don't take my word for it. Or do take my word for it and give it a try. So I think you're going to really enjoy it, and I'll put the recipe for the entire amount in the box. But this is plenty for 2 people. We'll be lucky if we get through this. But I think we will. It's quite light. So I'll see you again next craft day, which is probably Thursday. I think we're going to do a little tour on Thursday. Got a new product, got a new item from my wreath area. And so I think I might share it with you. Until then, I hope you all have a great afternoon or evening or whatever time of day it is when you're watching this. Stay safe. Try to stay cool. I can say that now because everybody in the world is so hot. And I'll see you next craft day. Everybody play nice now. Love ya.